Rashida Jones is still contemplating getting into a zorb ball.
I'm contemplating.
The night is not over.
Do it!
Of course they're going to say that. But what I thought during the break I would like to test is, could the sumo wrestler get into the zorb ball? I don't even know if that is physically possible, but I hear he is up for it.
That cork was tiny. Oh.
Good.
Yeah. Oh my God, he fits! Holy shit!
Oh my God.
Wait a second!
This is so graphic.
Wait a second! I'm about to lose my mind. Is he gonna do it? Okay, roll away, big man. Do it. You were worried about things showing and popping out. Look at him go! Look at the power! Good Lord! Oh! He beat the Beek! He beat the Beek!
He beat the Beek.
And he had a heart attack. But entertainment is the big winner at the end of the day. Round of applause for our sumo wrestler, flew in from Mongolia. Seriously flew in from Mongolia today. He'll never get out.
I can't wait to get home so I can still frame that and see his balls.
Yeah. He has a little tiny sumo wrestler in each ball.
Yeah.
Actually, one has a sumo wrestler, one has a tiny James Van Der Beek running around. Yeah. Sarah, I'm very excited to let our Australian viewers know that you are headed to Australia touring very soon. And I was actually very surprised that this is your first time to Australia. That's crazy.
I've never been there. I don't know where to go. I'm going to be there on my birthday and...
Bondi Beach. Bondi Beach, right?
Bondi Beach. You love Bondi Beach.
I love it. I'm always there with my shirt off, like the sumo wrestler.
The sun is not my friend. I have to cover my head, and I don't drink. But what would be fun places to go? I'm a vegetarian. And I love being home on my couch.
I
Any thought?
Plenty of ideas. Have you ever wanted to touch a marsupial's pouch? Because you could do that.
Yeah.
Yes.
I could
Is
tweet.
that a
Well,
kangaroo?
I will tweet to people watching the show to say Sarah Silverman at Sarah K. Silverman.
Yeah.
Headed to Australia. Any ideas? And see what we get.
Well,
I love babies.
good.
I like being able to hold babies, hold baby animals, any small version of bigger things. I love.
I will do.
And I play basketball if there's any pickup games or anything.
I will do a follow-up tweet. Can Sarah K. Silverman hold your baby?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me hold your baby. That is my favorite thing to do when I'm high. It is. I know that sounds terrible, but when you're stoned, you're extra careful. Like this.
I would be more worried that it would freak you out somewhat, that it's a tiny person.
Yeah.
Now, I've noticed that you've taken to heckling people on Twitter now.
I don't. I very
Don't you do
rarely,
the retweet thing? Don't you do the...
as a treat.
Ah.
Every once in a while, I'll retweet, like, the vitriol that I get, and, but I take away their names because I don't want to give them attention. But people are like, sometimes people are like, did you call the police? And I'm like, call the police. I get 100 of these a day. Like, I don't think people realize, but, you know, there are nice ones, too.
That's good. That's always good. Do you do any of that sort of stuff normally, though? Like, would you, like, scroll through, look, like, do the negative ones leap out at you? Like, do you Google yourself? Do you do all that kind of stuff? Because I just try to ignore it.
I have Googled myself, but it is funny, like, I tell my friend, like, you know, we have friends that will get really upset about, like, something that they saw online, and I always have to remind them, like, sweetie, you're the only one Googling you. Like, no one else is, like, Googling Sarah Silverman in quotes and putting it by date and, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not...
I do it sometimes.
I know.
Because what I'll do is, like, there's, like, mean things sometimes, and then I'll think, well, they say mean things about everyone, so I'll, you know, like, Google, like, the Dalai Lama, and then people are like, fuck him. And then I feel better because they say it about everybody.
Twice recently, I got, like, someone tweeted to me, like, something mean, and then, like, I'll look to see who they are or whatever, and it's their only tweet.
Right.
Twice.
Right.
It's like they signed up to Twitter to say that they hate me, and that's their only thing they've
You take
tweeted.
that as a compliment, that you were the first go-to
It tickles me.
Yeah.
I was actually, I saw that Neil Young created a Twitter account, and I instantly tweeted, "It would be so cool if I was the only person you ever followed." And then an hour later, bing, I was the only person he followed.
Is that still the case?
I don't know if I'm still the only one.
I could check.
Yeah, check.
Let's check.
I don't want to.
It might take a half an hour and ruin the show.
But I don't want to. I'm worried that.
That it won't be the case anymore, and then my heart will
That
be
it
broken.
might be someone else.
Might commit suicide right now.
And then I got to say it to Stephen Stills.
Okay, Neil Young. He's following 14 people.
Oh, who are they? Who are they?
Oh, Dave Matthews Band, Sonic Youth, Cameron Crowe. Okay, that's all right. Paul McCartney.
Oh, I'm in fine company right
You're in
there.
fine, very fine
Yeah.
company.
14's not bad to be one of 14.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, most of those like spam bots. I think he's following newspaper feeds and things like that.
You know what I do sometimes if someone sends a mean tweet? I will read every single tweet he's ever tweeted and then retweet the biggest jackass ones.
I love humble brag.
Yeah.
But, I don't know if anyone's aware of humble brag on Twitter, but it's if people. I don't know how to explain it.
It's backdoor bragging.
Yeah.
And our friend Harris Whittles, who worked on Sarah's show and also works in Parks and Recreation now, but he like just polls. He'll extract just like things that people
So
say.
you're the humble brag guy.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
made it. Oh, that's so
His
cool.
penis, there's a picture of his penis in my book.
Really?
Yeah, it has a Chelsea Peretti. Okay, so we're in the writer's room, and you know girls, they've got their hair up, they've got it down. They've got it up, they've got it down. So one of our writers, Chelsea Peretti, who also wrote on Parks,
Yes,
she
a
left
great
her-
stand-up too.
yeah.
Great stand-up.
And she left her hair clippy thing in the writer's room because she was on script. So she was down the hall writing her script in her office. So we put it on his penis, and I took a picture of it and emailed it to her saying, "Did you leave this in the writer's room?"
And
And he approved it?
She was like, "Keep it." Oh, Harris?
Yeah, he approved it?
Yeah, he was thrilled.
Wow.
and you named it as his penis.
Yes, this is Harris Whittle's penis.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Wow. Humble brag? Is it humble brag?
Humble. It fit a clip. Stretched just enough to fit a clip.
That would be very painful. That would be very pinchy. I don't know that it would be a good idea.
He's willing to suffer for his art.
Now, Rashida, you're on Twitter. Do you follow what people say about you? Do you Google yourself? Do you humble brag? Do you do it?
I have a complicated relationship with Twitter. I just joined end of April. I don't know how I feel about it. I spent so much money on therapy, like figuring out a way to not care what people think. And then all of a sudden you're confronted by this constant stream of what people think about you.
So what made you get on in the first place?
Well, I was told it was like a great way to promote, and you know, I made this movie for no money, and I wanted people to see it. So I would tweet things about the movie, and then people were like, "Stop promoting stuff."
More photos of dicks.
More dicks and clips. I feel like you have to pretend like you're not promoting and promote while you're not promoting.
Humble promote.
Humble promote. Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah. Totally. I'm confused by the tone. I'm working it out.
Now, there are people in New Zealand who are very upset that you're not going to New Zealand.
This is the problem. There
Oh,
you go.
but I'm only just not going to New Zealand because it doesn't count.
And there is a man by the name of Spike, I will give you his details later, who has said, "I have just had a baby, Sarah Silverman. You are more than welcome to hold it."
Yeah. One commitment.
Okay, thank you. Beggars can't be choosers, but when they're really, really new, it's like, who cares?
Right.
And you've got to be careful, they're very slippery.
What's the best age?
Best age is anywhere from 6 months to like 11 months.
Yeah. Agreed.
When they're like 1, it's awesome because they are like people, they've taken shape, but they still won't squirm away when you hold them.
Yeah.
Like, love me.
And they're still very pliable at that age, too. Very flexible. Babies are very flexible. Absolutely. I've seen a baby fall over, like a sort of a kid that hasn't quite learnt how to kind of support its own head yet. And like the parents have sat it up to go, "Hooray, let's take a photo." And it just kind of goes wobble, wobble, whack. And it's like one of those inflatable punchy bag things. It goes boing, and it's back up, hey!
Yeah, don't you, when you have kids, you have to go like, when they fall, your instinct is to go like, oh my God, but instead you have to go like, oh, you're fine. So that you don't like tip them off into crying, right?
So they don't acknowledge their own pain.
Yeah. You're fine.
The whole time writing,
lifetime of
this
that.
would be a great movie.
My kids always had like, they would fall and their face would just be covered with bruises and we'd be afraid to take them out on the town.
What did Daddy do to you?
Yes, exactly. There's big knots everywhere.
Well, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we will have one final test. Unless, of course, the Zorb ball happens. Still no pressure, although we have had a sumo wrestler. It's hard to top. But we do have something else in store that will be our biggest and best test yet. You won't want to miss it. We'll be back after this.